Right, so here we are with Matthew Macklin at the Joe Gallagher's gym in Manchester. Welcome to BoxingIreland.com, Matt.
Yeah, no, glad to be here.
Listen, you've been out of the ring for a few months now. You had an injury there, broken nose. What have you been doing since probably March, is it?
Yeah, since March. Well, I was hoping, we thought at first that the fight would initially be just put back until June. Once the nose had healed and give me time to let it, mend properly. But then, what happened, the events that happened then was I ended up leaving with the Hattons. We ended up going our separate ways, vacating the European title, and I thought I was going to be fighting Winky Wright on July 31st in Las Vegas on the Marquez Diaz card. It was all agreed, he'd agreed, and then we were waiting on contracts, and he'd done a bit of a U-turn, and he was looking for $1 million to fight me, or to fight anyone, I think so. Anyway, that fight fell through. Then they said that Golden Boy said that we'd do the same deal to get Sergio Mora to take the fight, but he wouldn't take the fight. So that kind of deal didn't really happen then, because the Winky Wright fight and the Mora fight were big platforms. So that would springboard me, if you like, into a big name, but it didn't happen. But as a result, then there was a few things happening. I had the Giovanni Lorenzo fight for the IBF final eliminator. It was going to go that way, but then I got made mandatory for the Barker fight when Givor withdrew. So all of a sudden we're back to where we was 12 months ago, when I was going to fight Barker for the British title, and he was going to fight me for it when I was the champion. I vacated to fight for the European. I won the European. I ended up vacating it, and now I've been made mandatory for him, and here we are. So both of us have signed contracts, and the fight's going ahead, and I can't wait for it.
All right, okay. Well, you're in familiar surroundings at Joe Gallagher gym here in Denton in Manchester. Thought the relationship with the two of you had ended, and you're with Freddie Roach. What's the story there?
Yeah, no, I'm still with Freddie, but I won't be going out for a few weeks yet. So me and Joe left on good terms. There was no fallout. I sat down for an hour and a half, explained to him, my reasons for wanting to move on, and the fact that I had the chance to work with Freddie and the sparring out there, because we had a bit sparring was always a problem, getting good quality sparring, and as I was kind of moving up the ladder into the world-class scene at this stage of my career, sparring is, very, very important at any stage really, but particularly now. And that was a big factor in my reasoning for going there. But I always enjoyed training here with Joe. I think I was never as physically fit as when Joe was training me, and so I'm doing a few weeks here, and then I'm going to head out to Los Angeles over to Freddie. Joe might even come yet for a couple of weeks if he can, and then when I come back here a couple of weeks before the fight with Freddie, we'll probably use this gym.
Yeah. So out in LA, you've been to LA before you signed with Freddie. How do you like it out there, and what's the gym like?
Yeah, I like the gym, like the city. I trained in the gym a few times before, 2001, 2002, 2003, and it's obviously a lot more hyped and famous now because of Manny Pacquiao, especially, and the 24/7 programs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, some days it's pandemonium there on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday when it comes to sparring, but you do get some great sparring there. There's a great atmosphere in the gym. I think that being around the best breeds, gets the best out here, and the quality of the sparring is top notch. The climate's good weather, and I like it there, and there's a couple of Irish boys there too.
So you're in there with Jamie. What do you think of Jamie, and have you seen him fight?
Yeah, and I've seen him fight. I've seen his pro debut in New York. We'd knock about a little bit together when we were out there, on a Saturday or something. We'd go out for a meal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, good prospect, very good amateur.
Yeah.
And big things are expected of him. He's done a good deal there with Golden Boy, and they're behind him. So he should go on and do good things.
Yeah. And there's Dean Barron over there as well. You see Dean at all?
Yeah, see Dean. He was out there probably for the last couple of weeks. He's at a different stage of his career to Jamie. Obviously, he's already 11 or 12-0, and. I think he's just kind of trying to stay busy now, and he's looking for a deal. He's unsure whether he wants to go the American route or come back. I think he has a girlfriend living in London, and he has a child with her, so maybe he might come back here and base himself here. Who knows? But
yeah,
I'm sure the lads will do well, whatever they do.
All right. Well, listen, you got one of the biggest fights of your career coming up. Darren Barker, September 18th in Birmingham, on a loaded bill in your home city as well. Must be something you really relish, a fighter you relish, and a location you relish as well.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait. Look, one of the biggest fights that stands out to me when I was young was the first Ben and Eubank fight, and that was at the NEC. It's called the Algae Arena now, at the NEC, but it's the same place, and it's probably about 2 miles from where I live. So I really can't wait for it. There's Frank Warren won the purse bids. He's doing what he does best. He's really promoting it. He's had a couple of press conferences already. I have a couple of press conferences tomorrow with Darren Barker, and the fight's gathering a lot of hype. Like you say, it's a fight that's kind of people have wanted to see for the last couple of years, and I think it's going to gather a lot of hype between now and then. It's going to be a highly anticipated fight, like the fight with me and James Moore was. It's highly anticipated, and it lived up to. I think it exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
And I think this will be a great fight too. But I think I'll have too much of Barker. I think I'm a lot more experienced than he is. Stronger, hit harder, better chin. I just think I'm an all-round better fighter. I don't really see anything he does. That's of course he's a good fighter, and of course he'll have his moments in the fight. But ultimately, I think I'll have too much for him.
You fought probably a lot higher caliber of fighters than Barker. Although the two of you are probably, on British terms, people are putting you on a par. But in terms of the opposition that you faced, there's probably no comparison in terms of the people that he's faced and the people that you faced. And he's struggled against people that are probably of a lower caliber as well.
Exactly.
Is that something you've worked into your head yourself, or?
I mean, at the moment he's undefeated, and he's looked good against mediocre opponents. Opponents that are drafted in at whatever notice, or the last 5 of the last 7. Opponents there to give him a bit of experience and make him look good, and he has looked good. He's got some nice moves. He's sharp, but ultimately he's been given all the time and room he's wanted. He's not really fought anyone of any caliber really, and like you say, I mean, the last guy he fought, bouts, he was probably the best he's fought, and he's a very average fighter.
Yeah.
Like he didn't win 20. He probably won the last 20 seconds against Andy Lee, and that was about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Andy's a good fighter, but I don't think Andy's fought at his best at the minute.
Yeah.
But he still won the fight a lot easier than Barker. Barker really struggled. So, was it an off night, or is that just the first time he's fought someone that was firing back? I don't know. But even when he's looked at his best, he's been against very, very modest opponents. But either way, I'm not worried about Darren Barker. Look, I'll try my hardest, and I'll be in top shape, and I'm excited for the fight. And I know he'll bring his A game, and he has some good moves. So I have, like any fight, it's just another fight. It's a big fight, but it's just another fight. I prepare. I'm very professional. Every fight I have, I prepare well for it. And this is no different. I was meant to fight Pirog in April. Then it was Givor. They're world class fighters.
Yeah.
Pirog's fighting Jacobs now. Givor, got robbed against Felix Sturm. He gave Arthur Abraham a good fight. These are the guys I was preparing to fight my last time. So, this is just another big fight. They were big fights that I was training for. This is just another big fight. But the fact that it's in my hometown, and the fact that it's a domestic battle, if you like, that people are talking about, it gives it that extra bit of spice.
Yeah. And listen, there's a massive undercard as well. Do you think you'll get to see any of it yourself, or will you be too focused on your own fight?
No, I think you have to be selfish, and I'll be too focused on my own fight. I'll watch it the next day on Sky Plus.
And listen, there's always talk about either yourself or Andy Lee, or yourself and John Duddy getting in the ring as well. Are any of those fights a possibility, or will we see you back in Ireland fighting soon?
Yeah, well, look, at the moment I'm not. I haven't signed a promotional agreement with anyone. Frank Warren's promoting this fight. Maybe I'll do something with Frank after the fight. If I don't, then I'd say there's a very strong possibility that I fight Andy Lee next. My manager Brian Peters has also promoted lots of Andy's fights. So, that's a very realistic option. I think, it's probably up there, probably option number 1, to be honest. I think me and Andy Lee, we fought in Dublin. I think, the fact that it's been talked about a lot, the fact, it'd probably be the biggest fight in Ireland between 2 Irish fighters.
Yeah, for a long time.
For a long, long time. I can't think of one bigger, you know what I mean? Obviously Bernard Dunn was a star and he won the world title.
Yeah, but not against Irish fighters.
Not against another Irishman,
Yeah.
so I think it would be the biggest all-Irish clash in a long, long time.
Alright, well listen, good luck on the 18th, and hope you do really well.
Thanks.